The AVAWP Strategic Plan for 2021 to 2024 has an action to develop a strategy for women experiencing gender-based violence who also have complex needs. It's been identified that having a learning disability might be an additional need that could impact on how you experience gender-based violence.
People for Scotland is a member-led organisation that works for the human rights of people who have a learning disability. Hello everyone, and welcome to our workshop today, which will talk about the experience of gender-based violence for women with a learning disability. It gets a message out to other agencies, things like that.
8% of people with learning disabilities in Scotland live with their partner. Do we believe the real figure is higher or lower?
Research shows the figure is around 2%. This is very low. We often get treated like children and not encouraged to have intimate relationships like other people. It's to make them aware of what people with women with a learning disability go through. We will move on to the next part of our presentation, talking about women with the experience of a learning disability. We know that 40% of these women have experienced partners' abuse. Studies across the world shows that people can have 10 to 12 times more at risk of experiencing sexual assault if they have a learning disability.
Women with learning disabilities have told us that they experience the response to gender-based violence differently from other women who are seeking out support.
Women with a learning disability, they're more at risk because people don't believe them, wouldn't believe them what they tell them.
Some women have said that a lot of focus goes on what their learning disability is and how support can be given for their learning disability rather than looking at the experiences they've had or talking about their trauma. Focus is always on the additional support that's needed for their learning disability rather than what they have experienced. And we should be looking at that in terms of what support we provide and still trying to provide the same support that we would provide to anybody who'd experienced gender-based violence.
I thought it was really informative. I thought it was delivered very well. Michelle's very good at her job, certainly. Gender-based violence is uncomfortable, at the best of times, but sort of thinking of the statistics attached to, people with disabilities, vulnerable people, it's uncomfortable. But we need to learn about it and we need to be coming to these things.
I think personally I'll take away that it's important to speak to the individual and see how they require supported individually rather than me deciding how I think somebody should be supported. And as an organisation, we probably need to work more on supporting individuals with learning disabilities to come to decisions together rather than making decisions that we perhaps think are correct to support them away from risk, but they really need to be included in those decisions, and I think that's something we probably need to look at.
It is important that this training takes place and that multi-agency staff attend so that they can deepen their understanding of how living with a complex need like a learning disability can impact how women receive support when experiencing gender-based violence.
It means a lot to me because it's made me stand up for my rights and have a voice and make new friends who sometimes have got the same experiences as us, as me.
Learning disabilities has been identified as a complex need within our strategic plan for AVAWP, and that more work needs to be done in Angus around how we support people with complex needs who are also experiencing gender-based violence.
This is the first time I've ever come across any training with this sort of heading, and just hopefully there's going to be more and more people attending so that the right people are supported at the right time.
I think it's important to raise awareness within organisations so that adults with learning disabilities can be supported appropriately. I think it's important that it's done correctly so that we're not making decisions for them, so that they're supported to make their own decisions, but ensure that everybody is looked after and the risk is mitigated for everyone.
To stop gender-based violence against women. It's really important to get our voices heard, because your own voice is powerful, because it's come from a person with a lived life experience.